We're going to do a card pull here. Let's just see what comes up. This has the energy of love. We have the Two of Cups. We also have the Six of Swords in reverse and the Nine of Wands in reverse. So this is actually very interesting because this feels like almost a letting down of your guard in order to welcome in love, to welcome in deeper connections, more authenticity, greater depth into your life. And when I was shuffling, it even felt to me like, how can we welcome in more depth just into our being? Because sometimes it can feel like in day-to-day life, relationships and connections can feel more surface level or a little shallower. And I think what a lot of us crave, and we might not even know it, is just depth. Depth in our own experiences, depth in the way that we relate to other people, depth in our work, and just like real authenticity in everything that we do. But this really seems to have an energy around relationships, but it also comes back to you letting your guard down in order to welcome in that greater sense of connection. So instead of this deflecting or running away, which has felt like a tendency, a habit for some time, this energy of avoidance, it almost is like, let's come back, let's actually acknowledge, let's be together, let's be more open. And instead of this sort of like stressful tension holding on, that stubbornness and that walling up that really just doesn't serve you, it only keeps people away, it only keeps you away from what matters to you. It feels like a shedding of that wall. It's a release and a letting go in order to welcome in something with more depth. It just feels like you're making choices to connect more meaningfully. It feels just more intentional, the way that you relate, the way that you kind of like seek out how you share your energy with yourself and with other people. Even the Queen of Cups is on the bottom here, which is really all about, coming into your emotional maturity, into that full feminine expression of creativity and the maternal and the embodiment of, everything that feels really loving and nurturing and heart-centered. But this really does have the energy of relationship. And this need to be more practical, to get more grounded, which I feel like you're doing. It just feels like, honestly, like what I see here is old patterns or like kind of the immaturity, these themes around how you used to do things, which could be a little bit more avoidant, a little more deflecting, just that sort of like being unavailable. Those themes seem to be almost fizzling out in order to make room for greater depth into your life. I'm not saying it's totally gone. It's not like you're totally healed of those patterns, and it doesn't even have to be patterns. It's just part of growing up. It's part of leveling up, is just realizing what has worked in, historically in our personalities, in the way that we relate, the way that we share ourselves with ourselves and other people, and what we like, what has worked, what has served us, and realizing, okay, if I want greater depth, if I want more openness, if I want authenticity and everything that I really care about to come to life and to be sustainable, I either have to shift a way that I operate in my day-to-day life, I have to let go of a pattern or an old story, or I need to welcome in something that's new, like bring in energy that I haven't really experienced before, getting out of your comfort zone. And this just feels a lot like you getting out of your comfort zone and it really leading to bigger and better things. This is the beginning of something really nice and opening and sweet, and it feels exciting. Like you have a lot to look forward to, a lot to be excited about right now, and it just feels it really feels very heart-centered. It feels like releasing this tendency to overthink or to be impulsive and like reactive, or that sort of like walling up and running away energy. I feel like you're making a breakthrough. I feel like you're seeing progress in your ability to be present and to have hard conversations, or to be real with yourself, so that everything that you do just feels more and more aligned. Because when you are aligned with yourself, you're only going to welcome in every relationship, every job, every opportunity that's only going to be of the highest alignment for you, when you are in the highest alignment with yourself. And it really does start with you. Like, you can't have these things that are external if you are not right with yourself, if you are not right with your relationship to however you relate to spirit. That's a personal journey, but it's more about like your soul and your highest self, and really feeling aligned in your highest vibration of like what matters to you, what you care about, and being very clear on that, so that you can make room to welcome in everything that is light and right for you, which is really what you're doing. And it feels just so much more in the heart. You're not going to like study your way into this place. You're not going to push your way. This is not masculine. This is almost about that release and that surrender and that receiving energy, in order to actually allow it to come in. We don't force, we attract. Even the Wheel of Fortune here is on the bottom. It just feels like the momentum is only picking up. Things are only going to get bigger and better, honestly. And it just feels like with the Wheel of Fortune, it's anything, the seeds that you have planted are now, budding. They're coming to life. They're coming out of the soil. Doesn't matter what time of year. And it's really like the work that you have put in, you're finally seeing the results. And it's almost like getting out of your own way. It's like, okay, I don't want that nonsense. I don't want to be avoidant. I don't want to be deflective and impulsive and running away and walling up. That is totally old news. And I feel like you're finally getting it. Like it's clicking. Something's clicking here. So watch the wheels keep turning. Watch the doors continue to open for you. Watch your relationships improve. And I will say there is, keep channeling your creative energy, but also, come down to earth, be pragmatic, be practical. You have to be a grounded human being in the 3D in order to make your dreams a reality, in order to have healthy, sustainable connections, and to embody what matters to you, because embodiment means being in the body, and you have to be connected and grounded in order to be embodied. And there is a little bit of a heads up on like, all right, let's get real. Let's get, the heart is really, what's leading you right now, which is incredible. And you can channel that into your embodiment. So if you have any questions, my name is Claire. I am a tarot reader. I've been reading for over 15 years. I also teach tarot. I teach classes. I do workshops. I read Western astrology charts. I'm a yoga teacher. I do classes online and in person. This is the last card. It's our 10 of coins. It just feels like total abundance. I just had to say that at the end. Total abundance, alignment. It just feels like when you see the 2 of cups coming together with the 10 of coins, that's a surrounding supportive energy. It just feels like a lot of blessings here. If you want to learn more, please reach out. I do readings online and in person, and there's so much wisdom. There's so much to share and to learn through these cards, and there's, infinite symbolism, meanings, the artistry, everything. It really is so potent, is so powerful, and is something that you can tap into. It's something you can learn, and you can use it as a tool for your own self-reflection and awareness, and you can help others. So if you want to learn more, if you're interested in taking a class with me, please reach out. I'm setting up my schedule here to share more classes in the near future, meditations, everything. So again, my name is Claire O'Reilly from Clairity Tarot. I love you. Thank you for watching. Please reach out if you have any questions. Tarot is a lifelong tool of discovery. The way that we relate to the cards changes all the time, every day, and it's just kind of part of the art is to keep allowing the symbolism to evolve and the way that you relate to the cards to evolve. Like that is the art of tarot. Take care. Have a great day.